yourself had a fairly hard upbringing. I guess your dad actually was on drugs.
Yeah.
What was that like growing up in that type of environment?
You don't think about it as a kid. It just, you see things and things are around you. Um, it's when you get older and you're more knowledgeable, it gets a little tougher. And then when you get even past that, you look at your life and, you see things that may make you angry. You may have some regrets there. But I was real vocal about it to talk to kids to say, look, I've been through what you've been through or might be going through. And, and I can understand and just try to help them, giving them a message of hope. There is a rehabilitation process that they could get through that. But at the same time, I can understand the pain as well.
Yeah, man. I have people close to me that grew up with drug addict parents, and it's a tough thing, man. And the people I know, they actually use that experience not to do drugs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They actually said, okay, here's a blueprint of a path not to go down.
Exactly.
And and so forth. And I guess when you were 3 years old, he gave you a dog named Cocaine.
Yeah. So you can see where my life was going, right?
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
You were evicted at age 10 from, well, I guess you and your mother were evicted when you were 10 from
my
your
family,
apartment.
it was my brother, my sister, and myself, and I lived with both parents. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
so your dad was still in the family, even though he was
My
going
father was, I would say, fairly present. He lived with us. He wasn't home every night, but that's where he lived. And so for maybe 2 years, lived with family, friends, all around New York, Bronx, Queens, and things like that, till we settled with my aunt, who boyfriend stabbed her over 20 times, and then lit the house on fire to commit suicide. And after that, we moved into a shelter.
Okay. So you get evicted when you're 10. You move in with your aunt.
Yeah,
and her
probably about
boyfriend.
8 years old, but yeah, around that age, yeah.
Okay. So did your aunt get killed?
She did live. So she was a Jehovah's Witness, and miraculously she lived because they don't take blood transfusions, which she needed. So she refused to do that, and we thought that she didn't have a chance, but yeah, she did live.
Okay. Were you actually
She moved in a shelter with us. So her 2 kids, and then there was 5 of us. So it was a total of 7 of us living in the shelter at that time.
When the stabbing occurred, were you actually there?
Yeah, I was on the stoop playing cards with my cousin. And my sister and my cousin ran out saying that he stabbed her. And my brother Bob was in the house, and luckily the smoke woke him up.
Ooh. I mean, how badly did that affect you, like going through that particular experience?
From there, like me, my brother Bob, and my sister, we were split up. I ended up moving in for that summer with one of my other brothers. And it's funny because at this time, I don't remember where they moved. The family was just split. But again, at 8, 9 years old, you don't, you know what's going on. You're there. But I don't think it had any type of effect on me. I was still a kid, and didn't really understand what was going on. You just staying with different people, staying on floors and in beds and rooms and going to school and still trying to just enjoy life.
Sad, man. I mean, now that you have kids, I'm sure you appreciate how much they don't have to go through anything like that.
Yeah, because I sheltered my son from that environment and that place, and try to give him the best schooling. Which he went to private school and things like that, and luckily, even after everything that I went through, he's doing really good. He's in college, just got his associate's degree the other day. He's going for his bachelor's now. All A's. He's doing really good in college, so I'm pretty happy about the direction he's going. He's actually in Paris right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's the dream. The dream is to not have your kids go through the same fuck shit that you went through.
Yeah.
So I guess after leaving the shelter, you told yourself that you're never going to go through, that level of poverty again. So at 13 years old, you started selling drugs.
Yeah, 13 years old. Yeah, fell victim
Okay.
to the streets. Yeah.
Okay. Did your parents know about that at that age?
No.
No idea. Okay. And when you talk about, that game, it comes with a lot of losses. So what were the worst things you were going through as a teenager doing that?
I don't know if it was, there was situations that happened around me, but that involved other people that I don't, particularly would like to speak on, because those are other people's situations and circumstances. But, there's really two things that happen. You either go to prison, get shot, go to jail, something like, get killed. There's not a lot of options when you're living that life.
Right. Did you realize that early on?
No.
Okay, because you were just getting money at that point.
Yeah. You just think about getting yourself out of a circumstance, but not really the repercussion of it until something happens.
Was there a point when you said, okay, I've got some money now, and I'm now starting to understand, as I'm seeing friends around me go to jail, get shot, get robbed, whatever else, that like, okay, I need to really go into a different direction or else
I
I
think
might end up
anybody
in that.
who lives that life doesn't do it to do something long term. You do it with the hope of getting out and doing something different. So it's not something you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna spend the next 20 years doing, doing this or whatever it may have you. You do that to try to get out of a certain circumstance.
Right. And Rockefeller ended up being that circumstance.
No, we threw parties, we did things even prior to, launching Rockefeller. So I had, learned some type of business acumen from that. And even with the, with the parties and things like that. So which was early on with Rockefeller, that kind of brought the lifestyle to it.
Right.